Hey YouTube, and welcome to my day in Seattle vlog. I would say 2 days in Seattle, but that only took us about 2 days since we had to drive from Portland, Oregon to Seattle, which takes about 3 hours. But honestly, you could do all we did in one day. But here's a little video of us heading down to the city. We stopped and we got food at this Ethiopian restaurant, which I will say was so good. I will show you guys what it looked like. Once we got done eating, we went into the city to our first destination. I will say that they did not lie when they said Seattle is the city of rain, because the whole time we were there, it was raining. But nevertheless, we still got to have some fun. We went to the aquarium, which I was so surprised because the aquariums in Virginia were never this long. I got to see so much and do a lot. I will not spoil it for you guys, but I will say it is definitely a place you need to be. We went and saw these anemones, which was kind of scary because they weren't letting go of my finger. So I was pretty surprised, but we got to see a bunch of fishes, and we got to see this really cute pink fish. And if you don't know, pink is my favorite color, so I was obsessed. But once we were done, we went ahead and proceeded to our next destination. We had my boyfriend drive because, another spoiler, the Seattle roads are like hills on top of hills, and I was not used to driving that. But we went ahead to our second location, which is the View Observatory. This is just the first and second floor you see, which is beautiful, but once you get to that 73rd floor, oh my god. We got to see the entire city. And when I tell you it looks better at night, I would recommend going to this location last. They do close at about 6 o'clock when we went, so I would recommend checking the hours and making this your last destination. They also had a bar in there too, so that's fun. But we got hungry after this, so we decided to go grab some food at this restaurant and bar, which was so cool. They had this huge wheel that they spin once every hour, and whatever it landed on, you get that discount in the drink. So for our hour, it was a gin and tonic that was going from $10 to $8. We didn't get that, but we still thought it was pretty cool. But we got our food, and once we ate, we spent the night and went into our next day, where we got to go to the Museum of Pop Culture, which was actually pretty cool because the Space Needle is right next to it. We didn't go there, but I did go a couple years ago, and it's just like the 73rd view of the observatory. You get to see the entire Seattle. Once we entered the museum, they had this kind of auditorium where you got to watch this video. It wasn't that interesting, but it may be to some of you. We went ahead and left after like a minute and got to see the hip hop culture part of the museum. And I will say that this museum was so huge. Every time we thought it was over, there was more to see. It wasn't just looking at pictures and information about certain artists. There was so much more substance to it, and I won't spoil all of it, but I will show you some. We got to listen to different type of guitars and music, and we had some fun with it, as you can see. And we got to see this huge sculpture. This video does not make it have any justice. When you see it in person, you're just gonna be like, wow, this is huge. We then headed to the next location inside, which was like a sound booth where you got to mix music, play the drums, play the guitar, and do some vocals, which we actually got to do. In the room, you get 10 minutes to do whatever your heart desires. So this is a video of us singing while my boyfriend played the drums and my mom was recording us. And then once our 10 minutes were up, we could go to a different booth, or we could head on to the next section, which had a bunch of games we could play, which I thought was amazing. One of the last things we saw in the museum was the scary part, where you could see a bunch of your favorite scary movies come to light. I won't spoil the entire place, but when I tell you there was so much more to do and see, there was. So I would just go and see for yourself. You can see The Walking Dead. My mom was not a fan of this part of the museum, but we loved it. That concludes our day in Seattle. I hope you guys enjoyed, and just comment, like, and subscribe. If you have any more questions about how we got our tickets for cheap, just comment and I'll let you guys know. Bye.